digital footprints beyond life, a blueprint for safeguarding your digital afterlife. The blueprint for safeguarding your digital afterlife, the critical importance of keeping track of login and password information. Now, this is a really tricky area because we're all worried about getting hacked, right? We are all worried about bad actors getting access to accounts. It happens to sophisticated people. We have very sophisticated clients who've gotten hacked. And we see stories in the news all the time about that. If our loved ones and our named agents, you need a core estate plan. You need a revocable living trust, a durable power of attorney as part of your financial estate plan. In both your living trust and your power of attorney, if you're out of it, you are authorizing a legal representative to step in. The trust allows them to manage your major assets. The power of attorney lets them manage your day-to-day financial assets. But how are they going to deal with your online accounts? So what we recommend is that you have a way for the people named to know how to get access to your accounts. Now, this is a gray area legally, so I don't want to encourage anybody to violate the terms of service with an online tech company. But just to say, the reality is, if you're out of it, your loved ones and people you trust should have access to log in emergencies. Because think about how many bank accounts go through your Gmail account or your Yahoo Mail account or whatever it is. So regardless, again, of the legal documents you have, it's so important to keep track. This is for you too, by the way. It's not just for the named agents. We all should keep track of this. This is not a high priority for tech companies to help out authorized representatives to get access to accounts. Ideally, give them access ahead of time. So why is it important? Because again, what if you're incapacitated? Who's going to step in and manage? What if you have a big social media based business? And what if you're an Instagram influencer or you have a bunch of followers on LinkedIn? You don't want that account to just go dark or go unupdated for a while. You don't want people to miss out, or you don't want to miss out on potential inbound opportunities if someone's contacting you. There's so many reasons why it's so important to keep what we call a digital inventory. 4 steps to keep your digital and social media inventory. Create a list. This does not have to include any sensitive information. Go through all your accounts. What email accounts do you have? What social media accounts do you have? What cloud storage accounts do you have? What online banking accounts do you have? Banking is a little different in the sense that if you have a good durable power of attorney for finances and you're out of it, the person you name, they can work with a bank to get access. They don't need online access. But cloud storage, social media, email, you got to make sure that you have track of this. So if you're out of it, and certainly after you pass away, someone you trust or you named in your legal documents can get access. Well, there's some definite wrong ways to do this. The wrong way is to store it in just an online document. You don't want it to be so if a hacker gets access to one account or your email, that they can get access to all your login information, because then you've given them the keys to the kingdom. I've seen some stories recently about how dangerous it is if someone steals your iPhone and they get your 4 to 6 digit code to get in. If they know what they're doing, they can really quickly change all of your accounts and lock you out. One way to save your login and password information, I'll share the slide again in a second, is you simply keep physical copies. You hand write it down, or you type it down and print it out and delete the document, and you keep it in a super safe place. The downside is you have to update it all the time, and what if the physical copy gets lost? Some other tools that are really interesting now, and password managers, LastPass, 1Password, Dashlane. The good thing there is you just need one access point. So you can keep just the access to the password manager in a super safe place, in a safe deposit box, or in some other place. The downside is, if someone gets access to that account, again, they have the keys to the kingdom, or somehow they get hacked. I think they're pretty secure, but I have heard stories of some password management companies getting hacked, at least on the crypto side. Be very careful with that, but that might be the best option. Or you can save it as an encrypted file. So kind of similar to LastPass or 1Password, you keep a list that you create and you encrypt that file yourself, and you give your loved ones the ability to access that document. Now, the downside there is, are you keeping that up to date? What if a hacker gets access to that document? But I think the third step is inform your digital executor or the backup trustees how to access these. You need to make sure they know that you have this list and where you're keeping all these passwords or how to access the LastPass or the password manager that you have. Step 4, update these regularly. Change your passwords, of course, regularly. Update the list as you open and close accounts, as you change passwords. Bitwarden, 1Password, LastPass, Dashlane. These are by no means the only programs available for this. There are other password managers. These are just a few that I was able to find some information about. They all have ways where you can automatically designate emergency contacts or share information with trusted family members when you set up the account. So Bitwarden, you can designate a contact for the Bitwarden vault and decide the access level and emergency access. 1Password, you can create a family account with up to 5 family members. You can share log information, credentials with family members. You can store physical and digital copies of emergency kits with account information there. LastPass has an emergency access designation, a contact who can request access to your passwords after you die. There's something nice. I don't know much about the LastPass tool, but there's something nice if you say, hey, look, this person, if they show proof that they were named in my documents, my power of attorney, my trust, then work with them on this. Because then there's another layer of security. They have to show legal documents to get access. Dashlane, you can create a secure note with credentials and share that later. We really have to make sure that all of our online accounts are tracked, that again, you have language for digital assets in your power of attorney and your living trust. But that gives people access in emergencies. It's also crucial to make sure your successor trustees, the people named your durable power of attorney document as well, that they know where to find that list of all your online accounts and that you keep track of login information in a secure way, whether it's a physical copy somewhere or if it's a super secure online copy with login needed or through a password manager. This all needs to be part of your comprehensive estate plan. You need to make sure that you have a recently created revocable living trust, recently created durable power of attorney that addresses this, and you have the right people named. If you want to contact us, it's gilfix.com. But I hope you got a lot out of this. Share this video. And I hope everybody's staying safe, sane, and healthy. And I hope we get a chance to work with you and your family.